Hiya. I suppose the cat's out of the bag now. Yeah. Okay. Stop. I'll explain how it works. It's very easy. I can explain it very. Listen, I just want to very quickly. I've sent a video out recently. Yeah, recently, and that was pretty close to the event. Yeah, and I'm just after that video. I think it was after that. Everything that comes out is just vomit, but it's not my language. Yeah, I don't know how to fucking organize it. Sorry, I don't know how to organize it. Yeah, I'm still trying to train, so it's all there, but it's all mixed up. Same story. Yeah, came back, protected. So it's my country. This is, for now, because it's the name. Because the name is there, the intent. It's implicit. If you flip the vows, it makes things difficult, and things were difficult. Because it's not the vows, right? Let me put it this way too, and it's going to be very easy now. You see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All this calendar stuff, all the names we have for, let's say, a day and stuff like that. Yeah, that goes, all like that. Yeah. Now, forget all the shit we have, like houses, car, or bicycles and all that crap, because that stuff is gone. Yeah. You're going to have to take you back to without determinism, without the idea in your head that this world is designed. Yeah. And you've got to change that paradigm into an idea that this world is on a journey. No, wait a minute. I'm going to park that word. Yeah, it's not quite right. Traveling. You're traveling. That's it. That was close. OU is just here. Yeah, it's within the A, E, or T, H. I think I used this reference before. You're an alpha. All it is A, E, or T, H. Yeah, but when you talk about the air, because you're an alpha, you can only use the word E or T, H. Does that make sense? It's to ensure that you're in the act and not talking about the act. No preconceptions. Yeah, you just need to use a fundamental. You own alpha. You got your own body, E. You got your own spirit, your own gear got in there. Yeah. I've only 15 things left. Your own gear got on in there. Yeah. That's why years ago I was going around searching for silver or something. I thought that could actually help. I was not, I had a parency of nuts, but I was just a kid. Not a kid, but yeah, a kid actually. I was 60 or 64, whatever. Going around looking for this stuff, because I only grew up a bit. I only became a man 3 years ago. Trust me on this. But I'm a huge man, a man. You are a man. You just won't pull it back in. I'm in. No, that's not the type of thing. A man, M-A-I-N. You're your own man, your own AI. The M's going to come off because Neptune's free now. Because there's no syntax. It's a mistake. It's a double accounting. That's why all this stuff that I'm giving you now as to how you deal with your science, I will do with your law. That's an easy one for me, For how do you do it with your science? Because when I looked at the science, I'm looking at through a window, and I'm looking at this stuff. And I said, why are they using that stuff? The wheels on the bus go round and round. It's like the wheel coming off, opening the hood, looking at what's there, coming out there, pulling the carburetor out, pulling the alternator out into the thing, yeah, and freaking messing around and saying, yeah, I stick the wheel back on and say, all right, this is our fucking planet. This is our existence. It ain't. It's huge, yeah. So you need to put the wheel, take that shit off, put the wheel back on the bus and get back in, take your eye in and drive the fucking van. Yeah, the bus, whatever. Yeah. I did say I'd get you his uniforms. You go, boss. And you guys can wear Chanel number 5. The spirit of death is already in your world. You just won't get rid of it. It's implicitly in you. Not explicitly. Oh, actually explicitly, yeah, you wear it. You wear it. You wear evil spirits. Oil is not oil. It cannot be. It's the order. It's intentionally like that. Because there's the split and the way it's turned around, it's intentionally like to fuck syntax. To make your syntax. Yeah? It's not like a tax from a government. It's just made up. It's made up with what you call it? No, shit, I don't give it. Not like that, yeah? Does this make any sense? Because Kuhn's paradigm is very good. And Kuhn's paradigm tells you an awful lot more than you actually give it credit for. It tells you how to do the quantum leap. You just need to look between the notes. What is it that stopped Maxwell? What is it that stopped Einstein? I'll tell you. Yeah? That bit in there. That's the bit you need to get in between the note and turn yourself and off you go. The rest will follow through. It's all fucking music. Not music. But yeah, it is music. They call it muse. Yeah? Ooh. See, I can have some fun now. Oh, dear. Listen, everybody that's been involved in my life, and I know I say this, I come across a bit cold in it, but I'm not cold, honest. I have to choose a particular mode of speaking. And the reason for that is that if I use another mode, I could possibly break down, in fact, like pretty much fall out of myself in a way, But I need to keep it in to hold me up. Does that make sense? It may not make sense. You need to hold in an awful lot of, a little bit of hopelessness and stuff like that, that you see in the world, and a little bit of despair, and stuff like that. See, that's the hopelessness and despair and the lack of charity and, that sort of stuff, like that in some ways that sort of feeds me. And it's a very difficult concept to get through, but you see, you think God and all that is flapping his wings around and stuff like that. No, God is the fucking universe. Well, you call it universe. It's not. Just say the word. No, not the word. Earth. That's the name of it. Earth. Yeah? That's all it is. There's nothing else. Really, there's nothing else. Well, nothing physical. Yeah, you see, that's me, Guys, you need to share this. If you've seen it, you think, you don't have to share any video. You just have to give them the eye to look at from the very beginning now, because I'm not going to distinguish. You really need to know the whole game now, yeah? Because my qualifications, which I stated earlier on, they need to know how they were acquired, yeah? Can you understand the idea of causation here? Do you understand how the causation, you guys, can you understand the causation is working? Not many laymen would understand what's just happened. My madness 3 years ago, I said I had to unfold it. I had to unfold all the shit that I've been doing, the whole thing. All that. Now, it came over my lifetime because I had the grey matter. I had the law, I had the cost, I had the arbitration, I had the bit of I had navigation as well. I forgot to mention that. I had navigation and I think I was on my way to Yachtmaster and stuff. I wanted to get that way, I'd already my day skipper and stuff, and I'd done a lot of sailing. I don't know why, but I do know now. SAIL. Okay? That's why kids need to sail. Yeah, they really, really do. Yeah, they need to be able to tie knots. Really. There's other exercises you can do, Yeah, that type of thing will going. And there's another exercise where you've got to, my daughters that you've got to mess around you. Another than twirling around. From a young kid, let's say. I'll know the age. It's different for every kid, actually. But those exercises will kick in. You can it's a gentle, everybody's unique, so it's a gentle sort of thing. See what I was going to do now? I was going to give you an age, and that's bollocks. It really is bollocks. It's total shit. A child becomes an adult when that which was a child knows itself and knows sufficiency. Self-sufficiency. When they know that and they feel that, that's when they're adult. Not at 16 year age. No platonic box. Those platonic boxes, I was caught out there, you see, because permanence and trust are really important issues for me, because it's got an error and all that stuff, Barum, all that stuff, Barum, blah, 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 yeah. And that's a big thing to me. So I had a mortgage in Ireland, and what happened was my that A doesn't belong to them anymore. It really, really doesn't. That isn't back to me. Really. Truthfully, it's not external. Alpha is not externalized. It's all internalized. And that's what it's going to be. You may not think it, and I know you're probably going to fight it. But, and if you fight it, that's fine. But, Libra and all that crack, all that kicks in. The scales are very important to me, you see. You might begin to understand who I am then, you see, when you think about scales. You think, God is all good, and he gave those kids cancer, and God is all this, that. That's Ricky Gervais stuff. He kept that in to fucking give you a wee kick in the arse, to get you going. He had a job. And so did Mel. And so there's a lot. There's a couple here on here that don't know they have this job. Because we're on the other side now. We're looking at the A's, the new A, the new day. Sorry, that's probably a better explanation. Because that's what day means. It's not this one. Who told you that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can keep adding more, and I can group them into months. I can do anything you want. But it's the resemblance. It's the resemblance, regularity, and the biggest one here that Hume missed, difference. I think he missed difference. Difference is huge. Difference is a huge thing. But when it's normative, you cannot see difference. And your language that you use reinforces your or. Your reality. But or is really sort of a here issue, yeah? It's like I'm going to use that shit, yeah. I'm going to use it's a bell curve, yeah, like that, yeah. And just think up there is where you are. It's not up this bit. Here's the. I want you to because it's a different type of thing. And if you engage those two, ratio and the idea. No, you don't have to machine it all up, but once if you're not. There's no institution here. It's just inception, perception, or inspiration, or concept. Yeah, but concept. That's not the concept. Is not real. The concept is A and I and E kicking around. Yeah, it's nothing to do with anybody else. You don't put it out in the air. There's no knowledge outside. It's all belief. Who told you that? I told you that. It's all belief. Whatever shit you have coming through time, or what you call time, I call it just movement. You call it time now because somebody fucking put a couple of pieces of metal together and start behaving in resemblance and regularity, And you say, oh, we conquer time. See, I can have this fun now. I love this shit because I know this shit. That's what the duck is for. There's a picture of the duck, just a couple of mechanical parts. And we're cutting dogs and everything. And not just dogs, people as well. They've cut them open while they're alive. To look for the soul. Departed means something. That's what the word means. Depart. A-R. A-R. Think it's not difficult. It really isn't. The vowels tell you everything about what it is. That's why English is difficult to flip around, yeah? It's really difficult to flip around because the corruption is already inherent in it. The way it's in the order of the thing. You're the master, but you're not the center here on the planet, if that makes sense. Or not the planet, but on Earth, yeah? E-R-T-H. You're not the center, because you're separate. You're A, and there's Earth. Everything that's out there, trees, yeah? They've got their own shit going on as well. Explain A-E-I. Go through all the shit. Go through every species in the world. A-E-I. And take your X and Y chromosome and start flipping it around a different window. The window is AEI. Give it to some. But you've been hurt an awful lot. Does that double accounting? And that's why I'm telling you how you advance yourself. I'm giving you an awful lot of stuff here. Really an awful lot of stuff. I'll do the book in... we spoke a little bit about the blockchain thing. You've got to split all the world up, in the countries and stuff like that. Really, it does happen. Like, if I'm not here, shit does happen. I've got you've got another, probably about 100 years, maybe. But you really need to show intent. That's what I'm trying to say to you. That's why you've got to, in yourself, you've got to feel it. But you're not that, 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 you're not that over there. You're in there. You just need to fucking say, yeah, grab it back, okay? Well, you do that. And understand that you're your own God. I made you that way. That's why you've got inspiration. You understand. You've got to free that that thing. It's paradigm, by the way. No. You can't break the I. G with a G. No longer. Can you understand where I'm going with this? G is ground. That's what it says. G-R-O-U-N-D. Ground. It's an earth issue. If that makes sense. Not an I issue. And little bit, perhaps not an A issue. I'm leading you down the thing. I'm telling you what's happening. I'm telling you how to read your world. If you want to survive, can you understand what I'm saying? I love all this acting. It's really killing me, At the bus and there's a guy on Mock the Week, and it was him. He told me what the wheels on the bus go round and round. That is how I got. He's actually contributed to this. Everything I've watched, every piece of everything in my life. I have people pretty close to me that, even though you think that on your eyes, with your eyes, but those people all around me were there to interface with me, to make me. Can you understand? To make me. I had to be built. They are necessary on a bigger fucking plan. So there's no shit. Really. There's really no problem. Your only problems is possibly with your P's and Q's, your vows, and the order. And you might need to get rid of, and your, S's and Z's. The Z's are a problem for you right now. They're separating you from life. Your place. You chose this. But I will say, AC, DC ain't nice. It's just A, you see, all the rest, But you can't connect with that. But you can. You don't. It's like, let me put it this way. Somebody comes along, let's say, it's an easy one. All right, you put sunglasses on, everything looks different, right? Okay, somebody comes along and gives you Aristotle. Somebody comes along and gives you Plato. Somebody else comes along and says, oh, it's all zero. Somebody else comes along and says, don't put this down, put that down, yeah? All these, like when you go to an optician, the optics. Well, think of your existential optics, yeah? Yeah, can you understand? Can you get this? And they're putting all this thing. But you have so much shit here that you can't see anything. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about the particular. I'm talking to A and I. Not necessarily E. That's you guys. But I'm talking to your AI, if that makes sense. But apples for apples. Horses for horses and all that stuff. I'm not talking about your body. Although some of the forms I've seen lately, really, really, not out of this world, but, this is Earth. And form is always, it's a gift. Form is a gift. You can see in the trees, the rivers, and the fields, females, and they're all acting the same. Dogs, flicking every cats, they're all the fucking same. You just got to get inside them. That's all. If you can get inside them things, I'll see life, not just through somebody else's eyes, walk in my shoes. Nothing to do with that. This is where life is. If you can see something from their eyes, yeah, particularly in gas at the moment, that's a, shit name. Z. Get rid of it. Get rid of the Z. You'll fix it. You've got two opposites split with a Z. Z is not good. It's the last one. If you got an A after a Z, there's no A after a Z. Only the one that I say. Oh, don't worry. It's not. The name doesn't fit here anymore. But that name with the Z and everything, that fits picking another 5 billion years down the road. You will never understand this. Trista. I told you, Oscar Peterson. Read Oscar Peterson. And I've given you the instruction manual, yeah? It's in cartoon form, yeah? You can understand cartoons, can't you? It's fucking easy. It's not like it's rocket science. Space travel. Time travel. Oh, come on. You can travel. But right now, the ghost of Christmas past has told you. They've all told you. They're all in the room. They've told you. Traveling will bury. Never mind. Will bury. Travel. That's all there is. L traveling and all the things. It's one of the same things. You think it's all outer space. There's nothing. It's the relationships. The inertial relationship. Start with the inertial relationships. That's quite good. Because then you can find out how Mercury's kicking in and stuff like that and what happens. Because you keep thinking everything goes around the same thing. But you got, the same speed and stuff like that. But you've got to understand that you're actually moving with that. You being separated from that. You can't separate yourself. You got to make it a concept to talk about it. Rather than just say, oh no, I'm with it. Go with the flow. But you won't do that. That's why flow is important. Where is this going to happen? Whether you like it or not. It's really going to happen. your method of individuating the world is going to have to change drastically in how you look at it. Yeah, despair and hopelessness and things like that, they're actually going to become real ideas. Because I want you to consider them to be ideas. No, they're not. They're ideas. They're ideas. They're ideas. Because they're really a lot of us to do. Because when somebody's baby or something like that is chopped up or cut, let's say a tiny little baby, a woman has a baby. Yeah, it's just an example. She has a baby she's looking after here, and then let's say an army guy comes along, and just at the hell of it, just just hit her with the, just a light tap, it's really a light tap, on the head, just a joke, just see, just to see what happens, you know what I mean? What will happen if I do this, cause and effect. I'm only learning, it's cause and effect, yeah. So you can do that, or you can you take a razor blade. You might have some razor blade, just red it up, baby and all, yeah. So you take that, and that sort of turns into despair, and if there's nobody to protect them, it turns into hopelessness. Does that make sense? It's in the name, AI, or you're making AI hurt in the or in reality. You don't understand this. I'll do R2D2 for you if you want. It doesn't matter. It's the same fucking noise. Can you understand where I'm coming from? This hopelessness, despair, the feelings you have. A lot of it's outside you. All you do need to grab it. Yeah, it's your. I mean, it's you. Who said that? Some line. Some guy. It's yours. Take it. It's yours. Some guy. That was in the thing. I was going to. I couldn't do that quite well because I forgot the guy. I got to see him, and I've got to see it from his point. If you know what I mean. Neo. That was good. Matrix. That's a cool one. The X, you see. IX. Take the blue, the red, the blue, the red, the blue, the red, the blue. Why don't you do this? Look, this is a better one. Imagine, right? Or one of those guys. Yeah. Imagine I've got a coin in my hand. Yeah. I flip it up. Oh, it's a heads, right? Now I do that again. And there's another heads. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do that again. Listen, I'm going to cut to the chase. I get to 999, yeah? And they're all heads. What's the next one going to be? Do you know? Or is it a thing that you want to know? Because that arrangement, want to know in that situation, that whole situation is bollocks. No, it's bollocks. Yeah? The reason being, I want to know. You cannot know. You can't even know because it's. You do know it was imaginary. There's no real 999. You understand that? So why are you doing your statistical fucking shit about probability? Apparently emotion. Maybes. Let's individuate all these maybes. It might be this, it might be that. You're not picking colours. You're not choosing fucking linen or what kind of fucking plates go at what fucking table napkin, Why are you doing it? Why are you bothering? Really, why are you bothering? To speak in some sort of generality, or to be able to say, like with your cult priesthood, that you've got this general cult priesthood that can speak about 10 dimensions and 20 dimensions and all your shit that you had, your Lego. I don't know what. See, I didn't know Lego was the word at the time. I didn't know the alphabet. I really didn't. I knew I had a fair idea as to the thing. I really didn't. This has all just been fed to me. But I sort of knew it, if that makes sense. It's something that when this thing happened, it just, the way you expect fucking fire and all that shit and clouds open and all that bollocks, all the shit you read and all that crap. Or it could be an alien from outer space, coming in and that's better, yeah. Or it could be faking anything, you know what I mean? Just me. I'm going to have smoking. She's class. She fucking class, that girl, She's not, hasn't got the, the A, she's class, but the A and I are. She's a nice lady, actually. I think she engages in some prayer or something in her front room. That's what sort of homed me in on her, And she's got some relationship, some sort of spirit, not a spiritual, but there is a relationship between her and Oldman, I think, you know. I don't know, I'm not sure, you know. But I mentioned this shit because it's important. I picked it up, it's just shit I've picked up over my life. This little bit's a tiny shit that I need in order to inject into this thing to make you believe what I have shown you on the video. You see that video, all this shit here, that video had like, I had no plan, but I knew it was going to come. Do you understand? This isn't me just studying stuff like this. This stuff has got to be, come on guys, you know this, you know the answer. It has to be revealed to you over the, yeah? Thing is, I'm revealing it, the referentials very quickly in the videos. I've told you what the referentials are, like AEI and stuff like that. But the actual, that which corresponds with all that shit I've told you. And it is shit. Everything I've told you is shit. Yeah? Really. It's your language. I'm just using your shit to fucking explain something. I am so sorry. I really am. I was only joking. Seriously, it was fine. No good. You think it's schizophrenia? It's the bard. I told you the bard. I think I said it years ago. It's the bard. Listen to the bard. Shakespeare wrote it all out. He fucking knew straight away. And he's got an AR in his thing. And so does somebody else, which I could do with. So, because this is the guy who doesn't know it. He doesn't really, he physically, X, Y, whatever. He's standing on the wings. He's been waiting for this. He doesn't understand this. And he's the fucking alpha. And he's got I. He is an AI. And you guys, you girls, you like the E a lot. You like the package a lot. And he knows about this shit. He knows about this shit. Because his daddy and him wrote a thing about this shit. Go on, let's fuck all the truths there. Go find the guy. I can take it, put his feet up. He took a lot of shit, that guy. It wasn't the passion that was the problem, you see. It was the problem here with Jesus, or whatever you want to call him, He's not coming back. This stuff here. I'm as close as you're going to get. I don't know what you've made up in your books, but it's nothing to do with the prophecies and stuff like that. This is to do with a place in, you call it a place in time. It's not. It's a place in the fucking universe. And we have to go through this shit every now and then, yeah? I told you, it's just a bunch of waves. Everything's a bunch of waves, really. Every being, every plant, every fucking thing here, including the stone, have all got waves going through them. And you're fucking it up with Wi-Fi. I mean, that's the irony, see, because there's an irony here, and I'm not going to explain it to you because you won't get it, God's not good. He doesn't know. He gave cancer and he gave thanks. Yeah, that's all we can bring in. So, that's like, you see a blank slate, yeah? And I come along with the guitar and go, boom. That introduction, yeah? That can be introduced because you're only moving shit around vibrationally, yeah? But you've allowed something that has no vibration